Welcome to the audio version of Tiny Yellow Hat, Autobiographical Anecdotes packaged in a memoir, narrated by the author J. Michael Chamberlain. Tiny Yellow Hat. M.C. Escher once said, "Only those who attempt the absurd will achieve the impossible." Tiny Yellow Hat. I took stock of my life on a blazing hot day in a crowded bus station in Brownsville, Texas. A week earlier, the landing gear on my flight from San Francisco to Dallas was hitting the runway when my agent called with less than positive news. "Michael, it's Larry Larrabee," he said, sounding a tad anxious. "Look, funny man, several clubs I booked 6 months ago are, well, you see, they're, Just say it, Larry," I replied, reaching into the storage bin above my head. The suspense is killing me. "Well, half the clubs I booked are out of business or circling the drain." Scrunching my phone between my chin and neck, I pulled my luggage down from the bin and yanked out the plastic handle. "Hang on, Larry," I said, shuffling down the aisle. "We must have a bad connection. It sounded like you said half the clubs are out of business or circling the drain." "Well, yes, that is what I... Quick question," I said, interrupting Larry's stammer. "Why am I hearing this news on a 707 sitting on a tarmac in Texas? If we had this conversation yesterday, I'd be home eating nachos, blazing up, and watching Jeopardy." "No worries, mate, no worries," Larry tendered. "There's still a few clubs that haven't gone belly up." That's reassuring," I replied with a measured amount of sarcasm. Where do we go from here?" "When you reach the hotel," Larry replied, "I'll fax the new itinerary and you pick it up at the front desk. No problems, no worries." My agent's breaking news was only the tip of the stand-up comedy iceberg. Clubs with names like Ha-Ha's, Giggles, and the Chuckle Hut were closing their doors faster than I could say, "I'll be here all week, and try the shrimp scampi." Normally, when I booked a tour away from home, I rented a car at the airport and drove from one gig to the next. However, in view of my booking agent's inconvenient truth, I changed my mode of transportation from Avis to Greyhound. Henceforth, the blazing hot bus depot on the Mexican border. The decade leading up to Larry Larrabee's untimely call was rock solid. I was booked 49 weeks a year with 3 weeks off for good behavior. Every time I hit the road, I became the Willie Loman of stand-up comedy, lugging one-liners and curious observations across the Continental Divide. Along the way, I tossed open my satchel, brimming with puns, witticisms, and wise...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?